Hey guys, we have a special guest today to do the pre-show here at Kill Tony. Guys, give it up for Jeremiah Watkins.
Yeah! Woo! Yes. How's everybody feeling? All right, yeah, we'll work on that. Yeah, guys, that's my job. Here to warm you guys up a bit. I guess I'll do a little bit of everything, you know. So some of the graceful, so graceful. That was great. Yeah, I guess I'll do some of the hits, you know. Some of maybe some new stuff, maybe some fun new stuff. Who knows? I'll start. Yeah, thank you. I'll start this thing off with an impression for you guys. This is my impression of the band Kings of Leon if they were lost in the woods. Kings of Leon if they were lost in the woods. I'm roaming around, always looking down, all I see trees. Thanks so much. That's Kings of Leon. They're lost in the woods. Woo! Yes. Did you guys have some good New Year's? You guys have good holidays? you guys have holidays? Did you celebrate your holidays? Yeah. I had a suspicion about something for a very long time that I finally found out on New Year's Eve this year. And that is, my family is white trash. I found that out. My mom, she was making a big deal out of a surprise that she had for us. And she was really excited. And this is very sweet on her end, but what the surprise ended up being, from my point of view, is kind of white trash. So, 9 o'clock hits, my mom goes, everybody, outside, now! We all go outside. What's sitting in the driveway for us other than a Stretch Expedition SUV, everybody? And my family is freaking out. They're like, oh my God, we're going to celebrate New Year's big this year. Let's do it. Let's go downtown. Let's make things happen. And I'm just looking around like, is this the surprise? Like, I'm like, I don't want to be a dick though, so I need to like act excited too. So I'm just like, yeah, let's, because the only time you should be excited about a Stretch SUV expedition is when you're in prom for high school. Like, that's the only time where it's acceptable. So we get inside this Stretch Expedition SUV, and as you can guess, guys, there's leather. There's neon lights on the ceiling. There's mirrors everywhere. Real classy stuff. First thing my brother asked, hey Mom, I don't see any alcohol. Where's the alcohol in here? And my mom goes, oh no, we didn't buy that package. But then she whips out a giant cooler from between her legs and she goes, we brought our own. So now we're going around downtown Kansas City, flexing, letting the Watkins know that we're there, that we're here, we're the Watkins, the town, you guys get it. Letting the town know we're there. And my mom said something to me that never really sunk in before until that night. As we're around, sitting in this limousine, she looks at us and she goes, we are somebody tonight. I was like, yep, yeah, we are, yeah. And usually, like you always are curious what people are going to be like once you have money, you know? If they got money all of a sudden, what would they be like? I found out that my brother would be a terrible rich person because instead of rolling down the windows and just saying hi to people or just kind of hooting and hollering, as we're driving by downtown Kansas City, he starts fake coming on people. He's like, and he looks back at us and like, yeah, we got him, right? And I'm just like, yeah, we're somebody tonight. Yeah. I want to do, as you saw at the top of my set, I do impressions, guys. I want to try something here tonight. I think that I can do a spot-on impression of anybody here in this audience. So let's give it a try. Do we have any volunteers around this section of the room? These are all comedians up here. jonesing for some stage time. I get it. Anybody in this section? Any volunteers? I'm the warm-up guy. I need a volunteer. You, sir, come on up. Yes. Please take the hardest path possible. Please take the hardest. Yeah, come, just go right straight through. Perfect. What's your name?
Robert.
Robert. Okay, what do you do for a living?
I'm an airline pilot.
Airline pilot. How long have you been in California, Robert?
20 years.
What's your favorite TV show? And explain why.
Seinfeld. It's the best ever.
Is that it?
No, I've got a few things I'd like to get about it. Talk about it. Really get to see you.
That's pretty spot on, right, guys? Give a round of applause for Robert, everybody. Thank you. Guys, I hate it when people just go through the motions of trying to warm up an audience. I think that you gotta give it your all, and I think that's what we need to do right now.
Who's ready to see the best show of your life? The best show of your life. I don't care if I set the bar too high. I think he set the bar too high. Ladies, grab your tits. Fellas, grab your dicks. The night's just started. It's about to get real sick. Comedy. Welcome to the comedy store. Jeremiah Warms Up Kill Tony is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Yes, it's me, Jeremiah Watkins. Who's ready to have some fun tonight? Come on, guys. You can do better than that. I said, who's ready to have some fun tonight? That's what I'm talking about. I would like to start my set off with some crowd work. Hi, what's your name? Yes, you. Where are you from?
LA.
Lovely. Thank you for making the Comedy Store your #1 choice for entertainment on a Monday night in Hollywood, California. It was really hot outside today. It was so hot out, my wife left me. What a cold bitch. Do you guys like impressions? Yeah! Great! This is my impression of Samuel L. Jackson.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Pretty spot on, am I right? Now, I would like to do some observational humor. Have you guys ever noticed how white people be like, and black people be like,
shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got.
this guy knows what I'm talking about. This sure has been swell, but now it's time to start Kill Tony. Live.
Initiating live Kill Tony.
Guys, give it up for Jeremiah Watkins! Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony, Volume 3. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Holy shit. It's really happening, everybody. Oh my goodness, what an electric Monday night, huh? We're fucking banging. Keep going for Brian Redband, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, guys.
Shout out to Jamie Vernon, who couldn't make it, but his camera's still set up.
Yeah.
We have the house artist, Ryan J. Ebelt, with a blank sheet of paper in front of him right now. He draws every single episode as it happens. Right now it's a blank sheet of paper. At the end, you're gonna see that he made a poster specifically for the episode that you're at. And how about we make some crazy fucking noise for that amazing performance by one of my best friends, Jeremiah Watkins, ladies and gentlemen. Stepping in as the band leader tonight. You know him as one of Pat Reagan's main cohorts. He was on the sax last week, and Jeremiah, one of the best. You're with us tonight.
Good to be here. What's up, everybody?
Jeremiah, what a rock star. After his electric performance, he gets to say, "What's up?" just like that. Hey, what's up? Remember me from 4 minutes ago? How's it going, Jeremiah? Are you excited?
It's good. I'm ready to rip this sax and see some awesome comedy.
I'm pumped to have a saxophonist as the band leader tonight. Pat Reagan's going to join us at some point throughout the show. Guys, huge announcement right now. We've been doing Kill Tony live on the road. We've been selling out every single city we've gone to. Pittsburgh, Columbus, Dallas, Austin. We have been murdering. And now, we announce March 24th, Seattle, Washington, everybody. There you go, Seattle. Bang, bang, bang. We're doing it March 24th, live at the Parlor Live. That's a really big deal. And I'm still headlining Caroline's next week. That's for you New Yorkers watching the live stream right now.
Yeah.
Live streamers, hello to you, to the thousands. Live audience, make some noise so that the people listening, the thousands on Ustream, and the hundreds watching on Periscope. This show is live as fuck. And I'm at Caroline's next week, February 5th and 6th, and
Hopefully no snow, man.
oh, it's gonna be terrible.
That was close.
Yeah, I'm there next week, February 5th and 6th, and Vancouver, all of the last week of February, so get tickets for my shows. And one shot, my Netflix special. I made a Netflix special, everybody. And you can find that on Netflix.
On the front page, even. It was all over the place, Tony.
Where
Good
we
job,
are
man.
trending on Netflix, we are popular on Netflix, and if your algorithm is on point, I should be on your front page. If I'm not on your front page, that means you like bad shit. Netflix has a fucking algorithm to it. So I'm so excited about, one of my favorite things to do is every single Monday for 2.5 years, we have this awesome show where we get to talk to brand new comedians and some established comedians that just landed in Hollywood and all shapes and sizes of different types of comedians that are newer here at the Comedy Store. We're just getting to meet them, and every single week I have 2 of the funniest comedians in the world, sometimes 3, but usually 2. On the show to talk with these comedians with me, always 2 of the funniest. You know these guys from Comedy Central, Workaholics, HBO, Comedy Central, some network shows, some movies. 2 of my funniest friends, 2 of the best comedians in the world. Put your hands together for Adam Ray and Matt Braunger, everybody. One of those episodes, I can just feel it, where people are going to be like, was that pre-written to all happen this way?
Nice. Was that sax solo pre-written when you were?
I like to chime in on the sax.
Oh, yeah?
Just the occasional. It sounds like one guy in the band is drunk, and he just keeps piping up every once in a while.
There it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all we want out of you, man. Anything more?
He can take a note.
Yeah.
He took a good note.
Yeah.
Drunk sax, though, is, we were just talking about, probably the best.
Not like drunk sax.
Not like drunk sax. Like drunk flute, drunk oboe, probably gonna cause some concerns for the rest of the group.
Yeah, but drunk sax, always smooth.
Okay, cool, yeah. There was nothing funny about that. This was just a conversation we were having.
When the saxophone
Yeah,
gets
we
drunk,
meant it, yeah.
it's fine.
Welcome back to the show, guys. You've both been guests on it before. How's life? What's going on? Everything good? Welcome back.
Yeah, everything's great. Everything's great.
Yeah.
Had a happy New Year.
Yes. definitely.
What's your cutoff for Happy New Year, by the way?
It was New Year's Day.
It's not like birthday month for somebody.
Once the day hits, that's
Yeah.
it.
You look
pretty
ahead
much
to
it.
the next holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam,
I'm like, and now when people say Happy New Year's, I'm like, is it already 2017?
Your podcast has been all over the place. I see it on TMZ all the time. You've had a lot
Is
of
it on
big-
TMZ?
Yeah.
Oh,
you've been blowing
thanks.
the fuck
Oh,
up.
wait, you meant Adam.
Sorry, man. You have a podcast?
Oh, yeah, it's called Ding Donger with Matt Braunger. No one's ever heard of it, but it's fun. But yours is blowing up. Go ahead. It is.
That's a great name for a
It's
podcast.
fun.
What's the premise behind that podcast?
I hitchhike into your life for half an hour, talk shit, and jump out. It's there's no. I did guests for the very first time at Sketchfest this year, and
Who was
had
your guest?
fellow hitchhikers, Jonah Ray, Solomon Giorgio, and Beth Stelling.
Funny people.
It was amazing.
That must have been amazing.
But I was just chiming in, like, literally as a joke, because it's funny to me how unknown my podcast is. But go ahead with yours.
It takes time to
It's
build it,
crushing
man.
the world.
Matt, I want to thank you for dressing like you're in season 2 of Fargo.
I'd say half Fargo, half the guy that moves the bikes in Sons of Anarchy. You know, like half and half.
Yeah. I love it. I'm excited about tonight's
It's a great
show.
coat.
2 of the funniest comedians hanging out, talking comedy with comedians. Comedians, over 40 of you signed up for the chance to do 1 minute on this stage tonight.
Wow.
Always so fun. Comedians, you get called up, you come to the stage, you do 60 seconds. You know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. Aw, that's adorable. That means wrap it up then, or else you're gonna bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yes.
What is that? 3D. I love it. So let's have some fun. You guys ready to kick off Kill Tony or what?
All right.
I feel some magic in this bucket here tonight. Let's start off with a comedian named Nicole Buchanan.
Big sluts in the game of life. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and around in your face, you get spun.
Hi guys. I'm a little worried about my dad's health. We went to the movies a couple weeks ago, and I heard snoring next to me, but when I turned, he was awake. So I was like, oh shit, that's just how you breathe now. Like a bulldog. I always tell him that he should try to go to a doctor or eat healthier. Or I say, you're gonna put yourself in an early grave. And I swear to God, my dad always goes, well good, then you'll be happier. I'm like, Dad, you know that's not true. Like, you don't make enough money for me to care. I'm not inheriting anything. No, my family loves me. They like to ask me why I'm still single, but like before I can answer, they like answer for me. They're like, you're too picky, Nicole, you're too picky. I'm like, excuse me? I don't know, I guess I just imagine most families being like, nobody's good enough for my baby girl, but my family's like, lower your standards.
Fuck yeah,
Thank you,
Nicole
bitch.
Buchanan.
Thank you.
Hello, Nicole. Welcome to the show. Fuck yeah.
Turn the page by Bob Seger.
Yes, it was.
Nicole Buchanan, welcome to the show. First time, right?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Orange County,
How long have you been doing stand-up?
like 6 months.
Why does it look like you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance?
I a little bit feel like I'm gonna throw up, trying to hold back.
You feel like you're gonna throw
I'm a
up?
little nervous.
Oh, that would be so
Yeah,
great.
let that happen.
Please,
We
please.
cannot encourage that more.
I always love a good Kill Tony first. Having somebody puke would be so fucking
No one's
epic.
puked on the show yet.
No. Are you really about to? There's a door right there. If you
No, she knows it's you. Your hand in your chest.
Her eyes are watering. If you're really gonna puke, oh my God, your eyes are watering. There's an exit door right there.
Puke on my dick.
Tony. Hey,
How many minutes in before a
I was
puke
going to
on
ask if
TikTok?
Red Band was here,
Yeah.
but he is. He's definitely here. Just checking if Red. Did you guys know Red Band was here?
It's not even 10 o'clock
On
yet.
a
Someone
night
make
when
a
I
reference to their own
specifically
penis
said
being
before the
commented on?
show,
Oh my god.
I said there's people coming tonight to watch the show,
Keep it clean, man.
and I needed a little less rapey than usual. And I
Hey, to his credit, he held out as long as he could.
He did, man.
That was easily a minute.
Yeah, there
And
was
maybe
almost
3 that
another.
you did.
There wasn't even enough time for a second cat to meow before you go to puke on dick. That's your first base, puke on dick.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Unfucking.
You did amazingly.
Stop it! Stop it! Don't you fucking do that shit now.
you can't
Where you try to
fucking
ramble and
transition.
sound smart.
Puke on my cock. No, but seriously, you were
Real material.
Thank you. That helps.
No, I mean, I thought you did really well. I thought you did really well, and you took the bullet. That's not easy. Let's have a hand for that. Definitely.
Is this going to be like a staple prop with you, or do you just not trust any of the fellas here?
I just wasn't prepared to come up here. It was there.
It was there,
so
yeah.
I brought it with me. And
For sure. We didn't like
I
play with it.
trust
It's
him.
smart not to leave it out there.
Yeah,
This is the store, you know.
Yeah, anything can happen. So I didn't get an answer. I just remember that you were almost gonna puke. How long have you known stand up?
About 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Mostly in Orange County.
No, I go to UCLA, so I've been doing it around LA.
I love that. What do you do for work?
Nothing.
Wow. Interesting.
I'm a student.
What are you studying?
What am I saying? Political science.
Yeah.
What's it? So you don't have a job. So if you don't not making money, what's in the bag then? Like, what do you hold? What could you be stocking up for? Like, what's?
I don't know, her ID, money?
For sure.
Have you ever seen a purse before?
No.
That's like nothing.
There's
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
bags in
Nothing.
there.
Yeah.
A little
It's fun to have a bag.
leopard skin wallet there.
I got my real wallet stolen.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's why I got my real wallet stolen. So this is like a shitty one with a broken zipper.
No, it looks like a lot of fun.
Hence why you keep your purse on your person at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We asked
I've
you.
become a
We
little
asked
more
you what's in
cautious.
your purse, and you just pulled out a tiny little purse. It's very impressive. It's almost like one of those Russian dolls.
Yeah. Nice.
Very cool. What's that?
I feel like that was worthy of a sax solo moment, Jeremiah. We said Russian doll thing at the.
That's the same one as
that's it,
before.
yeah.
Let's definitely turn the page on that. So Nicole, what do you like to do for fun? What are like? How do you? What's your something interesting about you? Like you're into snowboarding?
I did that once. I was really bad at it.
Yeah. How hard did you puke while snowboarding?
I didn't puke.
I only puke on dicks.
Oh, Jeremiah! What the fuck is going on? These are the people that I invite to do this with me every week, by the way.
I think you got a name for your episode, though.
Bombarding me.
The name of the episode, I think, should be I Only Puke on Dicks.
And now it's gotten to the point where I can just tell there's going to be like 85 more callbacks to this throughout the night.
It's not enough, but honestly.
Anyway, Nicole, what is something? So you've only snowboarded once. Tell us something. What's your favorite hobby?
Well, I don't want to call this a hobby, but this is my favorite thing to do in the entire world.
Don't say it, Brian. Don't say it, Brian. Don't say it.
Jesus, see what I'm talking? We're not even going to move past this at any point. Come on.
I like to watch TV.
Oh, yeah.
Boring, but like I'm being honest. Do you want me to say something not honest? Like I
No,
like
I would love to know something though.
surf 10-foot waves.
There must be something other than watching TV that you like to do.
Are you ticklish?
Brian, I'm begging you. We have to move
We're gonna have
on,
to sign
like, roll
something soon.
on to like another style of.
I would love to know because you got visibly a little nervous. You were very comfortable when you came up, but then you got a little teary-eyed and saw the
It
purse
was
kind
when
of shaking.
I like turned and saw you guys because
For sure.
That's good because it's unpredictable. But you had your stuff.
But I
down.
want to know, like, what is there anything more that gets you more nervous than what you were in that moment?
Sex.
Oh shit! Oh wow, you get nervous during sex. That's
Really nervous.
Really? Why is that?
Pukey?
Brian.
That's a
I get
really
it. Like
nerve-wracking
you
thing.
found like a loophole straight to the spinal cord of this audience.
And I think if that were the case, she would have mentioned she gets so nervous she pukes during sex because it's just.
It's an easy transition.
But you've gotten pukey during sex.
No, not. No, I guess I haven't been.
But you
this
said that you get
nervous.
more nervous during sex.
I guess I just feel more vulnerable. This too. No, I haven't. I haven't ever gotten pukey. No, this is the first time that's happened.
Wow. What'd you have for dinner tonight?
I haven't eaten since this morning.
What do you think would have come up?
You're dogging him. You're branding her.
Oh, I love it. Nicole, I wish there was anything more interesting about you other than the fact that you watch TV. We really could have riffed some stuff.
What about this?
Maybe some new material that you could talk about.
You have great writing. Like your jokes are perfect. All you need to do is really work on the stage time. Do you have like 10 minutes, 5 minutes? Like how much time do you have? Would you say?
I'd say that I just got together like a really tight 5 that I'm happy with. And then I'm.
Hey, that's not bad. 6 months. That's not bad.
And then I have probably like 10 to 15 minutes that I'm working on.
How much of that 15 minutes includes other weird things about your pops? Like the breathing.
About my dad.
Yeah, like the breathing thing I feel like is just scratching the surface. With
I have a thing kind of about how I got into sports so my dad would love me. So that's.
Oh my gosh.
What sports?
I'm a big baseball fan and football.
Oh shit.
Now your dad's in really bad
You
shape.
played baseball and
You played in football.
Oh no, I didn't play
No,
football. No,
follows.
I follow sports.
Just in
Gotcha.
sports, yeah.
I played softball and soccer, and I did taekwondo, and I did gymnastics.
I think you buried the lead. You should have started with Taekwondo. No one saw that coming. Like if you just, kicked Red Band in his face when he mentioned the puke on the dick thing, would have set the party off right. I'm just saying.
So Nicole, you got into sports to impress your dad, but your dad is so out of shape that he breathes like a bulldog.
Yeah.
What's his story? He's obese.
No, he's just getting fat and old, like you do.
Yeah, so obese. Yeah.
Sure.
And he's
What was the movie you guys were watching that he was having such a tough time putting air together?
That was when we went to go see.
Maybe it was an intense
the
flick.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, for sure. There you go.
That's a good one.
what if she was like the Heat?
What if she was like that? I don't know.
When you came on screen in the Heat. Yes, we
Oh what?
He said what it was the Heat.
Oh, gotcha.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, I
I'm
gotta draw
sorry.
the lines between the dots here.
Well, you were composed, as nervous as you seem like you say you were.
tried.
Yeah, you've come a long way. Now you're doing the reach around on the head.
You're chilling out.
Yeah, totally. You're very comfortable. It was nice to meet you, and
Thank you.
come back again soon. Nicole
Yeah,
Bikini.
you bet. It's got an after-school special vibe to it. But like all the kids are.
I'm gonna pull another name out of the bucket, and it is the name of Kayla Bernadette. Everyone.
There we go.
I love a good foghorn blow.
You always have.
That's a good one. The salty dog in me,
Salty dog.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. It's Mike Whalen.
There we go.
Hey, how you guys doing? Good. I know what you're thinking. He doesn't look Mexican. I work construction, unfortunately. Made some bad choices in high school. But back in the day, I was in the Navy. I joined at 19. Fuck the Navy, right? Yeah? No, nothing for them. I don't know why I joined. I think the recruiter was really compelling. I was young. He sounded a lot like Christopher Walken. He pulled me in the office. He said, "Young man, I saw you out there perusing the halls. You look like a lost puppy. I'd be damned if I'm going to see you waste your life chasing the muff around, smoking dope. When I was your age, I was in Vietnam. Long story short, I had a watch shoved up my ass. It would take me around 126 minutes to tell that entire story. Young man, I want you to see the world with the Navy." And he was right, I did get to see the world, but he forgot to mention the world's 95% water. I've seen every kind of water you can imagine. And then I got out of the Navy and started working at Trader Joe's. Thank you very much.
That was the best punchline ever.
Mike Whalen, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Good.
Talking to the mic. Where are you from?
Long Island, New York.
How long you been doing stand-up?
I was doing it for about 2 years, and then I got a different job, so I haven't done stand-up in like a year and a half, 2 years.
That's cool. What was the job?
Pipeliner. So I've been out of LA.
Pipeliner. What lining?
Working on oil, crude oil pipeline.
Oh.
So my last job was in Colorado. Next one's gonna be in Texas.
Oh yeah,
That's
cool.
funny because you said I got another job, and I'm like, you can do stand up and still do, and you said pipeline, and I was like, oh right, yeah. You're just out there, right? You're like
Yeah, we live in a motel and work 6 days a week.
Wow.
And that's how often out of the year is that?
The next job's in Texas. I have to. This is kind of boring. I gotta get $600 together to get in the laborers union. So once I pay that, then that job will probably be like 7 months.
Yeah, you're right. That was pretty fucking. I would. Yep. I would love to know was it Trader Joe's? Because we had to hurry up and just kind of fly through that profession, which I would love to have heard. What I'm curious. Was there at some point going to be? And what if Christopher Walken worked at a Trader Joe's or something like that?
How about no Christopher Walken at all? Isn't that a law of being on stage? Like no more Christopher Walken?
You guys clap, but you idiots were laughing at the shit, by the way. I almost wanted to kick you fuckers out.
To his credit, that was a really
great Christopher Walken, and I think that's what. And that just proves I think they will never.
Whatever. He talked about the watch in his ass.
Yeah,
that's a Christopher Walken line.
That's like done a million times.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying don't do it.
But Mike, you were in the Navy, right?
Yes.
So you can do anything you want.
And serve this country.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody who's been in the services can do any impression they want. Do you do other impressions?
I think that's the best one.
Well, that's the best one. But what other ones?
Yeah.
Let me get. Can I guess? I bet you do a little bit of an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Do you do a John Caparulo?
That'd be great if you did.
I guess a Mexican John Caparulo.
Are you really Mexican?
No, he made that joke up top.
I thought that line about you see the world, but the problem is the world is mostly water. That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I haven't heard anyone say that. Have you heard that before?
No.
You know, but that's a perfect thing from your perspective as a person who's in the Navy. So, you know, it didn't land like it should have. I don't know exactly where to put it or whatever, but it was just like it was one of those ones that made me go, yeah, fuck, good one. You know.
So were you one of the funnier dudes in the Navy? Like, what would you do to get the attention of the other?
Well, I got in trouble in Singapore. We were supposed to be back on the ship at 10 o'clock, and it was our last night. So I held up the ship's movement. I was in a brothel, and I was...
Oh shit! All right, let's stop there for a second. Yeah.
Hey Tony, can you tell this story as Christopher Walken, please?
Yeah, I actually would.
Great idea.
Just
give us a moment of the brothel. Like, just paint the picture of how nice or shitty the brothel was, and then
it was
continue.
really nice. Like you get.
I can't understand you in that voice.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Did it walk?
Yeah.
Wow, this guy really an improv guru over here.
Yes, but
so what was this brothel like?
It was a classy brothel.
Come on.
I was there for about 3 hours. One of the perks was they shower you before and after.
Come on, man.
That's it. See, what we learned tonight is that a Christopher Walken impression is acceptable while taking questions and telling real life stories.
That would be an amazing setup. Just like I held the boat up with I was in a brothel. Have any questions? I'm gonna answer them in Christopher Walken's voice. Audience be like, the fuck are you? What?
But then all of a sudden he's gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
Or what if he got in trouble for holding up the ship because he was doing Christopher Walken to the sluts in the brothel. And they were like, we love it. That's it, you know.
Eating it up. I'm watching my ass too.
There it is.
To the sluts.
What was going on in this brothel?
Well, I was finished, and then I was walking outside, and Shore Patrol noticed because everyone else was on the ship. This was around 3 o'clock in the morning. The ship was leaving the next day, so they took me into custody. And what I didn't know was the air boss, who's in charge of the entire air department on the ship, had woken everyone up around 11 o'clock and made them stand at attention until I was back on the ship. So Shore Patrol marched me in front of around 400 or 500 people. In their pajamas, boxers,
Can you stretch out those words when you say them again, please?
pajamas.
Yeah, there you go.
boxers.
Way funny. Perfect. Very funny.
Thank you.
It only takes a little direction.
That's what this show's about. It's about the little fucking pump.
That's a just tiny adjustment.
Once you realize the tricks, you know, it's all there. So, Mike, when exactly do you go back to Texas again? And what part of Texas are you going to?
Victoriaville.
I actually wasn't expecting walking on that one, but he's still there, and I love that. You know, maybe that's your thing. Maybe maybe Walken impressions are hacky, but becoming Christopher Walken and just doing it all the time, like in life, I think that's pretty original.
Haven't seen that yet.
I mean, it's not really an impression if you just talk that way. Have you ever met a celebrity?
Yeah.
I have. He always gets me with if he's going to do the impression or not. I never really know. Well, that's fun, Mike. So,
Wait, who'd you meet?
Here I've met Chris Rock.
You're back at it. I love that.
Daniel Tosh.
How about any non-comedians or like something obscure that you wouldn't expect? Like you're
I met Lawrence Fishburne
For
at
sure.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Nice, dude. See, open with that next time. I'm immediately intrigued. And you get a sax
I
solo.
waited to bother him while I was in the store. I watched him leave, and then I followed him out to his car to get a picture for my Instagram.
Oh my God. Yo, can I just suggest something? You start either a podcast or some sort of show or just whatever where you tell Trader Joe's stories from your life as fucking Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Christopher Walken, Trader Joe employee. Chronicles.
I ended up getting fired from Trader Joe's.
Oh, what the fuck happened?
You did?
I was legitimately bummed out by that. I was like, oh, God,
Do you
what'd
remember the one on Santa Monica with all the Russians?
The one is gone now.
I used to do impressions of the Russians.
What would they get? What was their hot item that they pulled from the shelf?
Kefir. Kefir. Pomegranate kefir. This is lovely. But I would do impressions of them, and the managers got the impression that I really spoke Russian. So they'd call me over, they'd have a disgruntled little Russian woman, and they'd be like, hey Mike, you speak Russian, right? Yeah. Yeah, I swear to God, so I'd go over and just be old woman with a receipt, and she'd be like, and they'd be like, Mike, tell her those are the organic apricots, they're not on sale. I would take the receipt and just go, I'm not saying anything. And the managers are like nodding to her like,
Yeah, got it? Now get the fuck out. Yeah.
And they're like, Mike, what'd she say? I'm like, well, for one thing, Paul, apparently you were really rude.
You gotta get that on stage.
That's your story,
That's a story,
right
dude.
there. That's the story for your act.
You were doing it and everything. It's
Yeah, you were into it. You relaxed.
Also, insert whatever she said about Paul. Like,
Right.
something funnier than you were not very kind.
I don't know what she
but-
said because I don't speak any Russian.
But how
For
did
sure.
how did she convey to them that she knew that you weren't
She
Russian?
didn't. She stormed out pretty
Well, how
pissed
did they
off.
find out that you didn't speak?
Well,
Russian?
there was a lot of things.
And they closed that one down, so his secret is safe.
That was just the funnier of all of them.
Right. I love that. That's
It's just the grocery store is so ripe for hilarity.
especially at Trader Joe's. I mean, you have
Yeah.
a Hawaiian shirt, which is fitting for a Navy guy. You got the fucking
permanently on leave, so you
Yeah.
gotta stock things.
Trader Joe's has that fun bell you can ring when you make fun of a Russian lady.
You probably sit there with Steve and walk like doing the walk-in, like more cowbell or whatever. You're like,
Well, there was one guy named Nikolai, and I don't know if you remember the one on Santa Monica, but there was 2 bathrooms, and it was in the back where we kept all the produce and stuff, and there was a little wall. And I always used to irritate Nikolai, and he couldn't speak any English either. So he was waiting in line. There's 2 doors, both doors are occupied, and Nikolai's just standing there. He's like a stern, whatever, flat-top military Russian guy. So I'd say, Nikolai, and he'd, Russian. And I would go up between the 2 doors and just start kicking each door and banging on each door, and then run away. And leave Nikolai sitting there, so when people came out, like this one woman came out, she's like, why are you banging on the door? And she was in there with her kid, and he's like,
Alright, you just gotta do all this
Yeah,
stuff that you're
dude,
doing
do
now.
all of that.
But you
Trader
gotta
Joe's
get in there
stories.
set, and then whatever you think you're gonna do for a set, save that for the interviews that you do after stand-up sets.
Because now I'm looking up Nikolai on fucking Facebook tonight just to see what that guy looks like.
Mike
You tell your Russian Trader Joe's stories, and then when people talk to you after the show, go, "Here, you're funny." Speak only as walking, like just to people on the street.
Yeah, be crazy and goofy with it. Obviously, you have a love for it because you came to life when you start doing those
act
things.
outs. I would not have guessed act outs were in you, but you definitely like sold those
great.
stories. That's a great gift if you got that. So ride that hard.
Very, very fun. Nice to meet you, Mike Whalen, everybody. It's amazing. Who knows what the F can happen in this show? Anything can. Put your hands together for David Friedman, everybody.
Hi guys. Okay, so I got to do a shtick. I wasn't really prepared because I did a shtick downstairs, but I have a cat named Mike, and he's like the coolest cat. But the one thing that he does that like really drives me crazy, and if you have a dog or cat, he probably does this too. I come home and Mike's really happy to see me, and I pet him, and he's like, "Oh, it's great." And then after I'm done petting him, he goes off and licks himself clean for the next hour. And like I was like, okay, Mike, you trying to tell me something? So what happens is that I did an experiment, and I came home, and Mike was really happy, and I pet him, and then he goes off and cleans himself for an hour, and then I just go and I touch his head for a little bit. I just scratch his head for a teeny little bit, and he goes off and starts licking himself clean again. And I go, "Mike, what's up?" And he's like, "Don't tell me what's up, Sticky Fingers. I just watched you masturbate." That's my Mike joke.
Fuck yeah, there he goes.
I wasn't ready. It's all I had.
David Friedman, fuck yeah. Thank you for taking a break from eating Ellen's pussy to be with us today.
Hey, I thought you said no dirty stuff. Like,
That's not dirty stuff. That's funny stuff. Right? That's like a shocking, putrid crap.
They're married, Red Band. That's fine.
David, how long have you been on stand-up?
My first night.
Right, exactly. Put your hands together for David Friedman. First night. None of you have the balls. Look at him now. Now all of a sudden they're staring at him like, wow, this fucker did something.
Yeah, actually, I was downstairs too, and I got a laugh.
I love that. You told us that you did your shtick downstairs, and you're going to do your shtick again. That word shtick, every time a comedian hears it, it's like just...
It's like your relatives going, "I got a sketch idea for you.
Yeah,
I like your sketches."
Well, Tony's a comedian. Do one of your bitty pies.
It's so dirty. How long have you been jerking off in front of your cat?
This is good, right?
Oh, what, you guys don't? You're like, my dog's watching me. Okay, I'll turn.
So there's multiple animals involved in this.
No.
Just the cat.
Just the cat.
What's your cat's name?
Mike.
Wow. Interesting.
I don't like. Yeah, everyone has like really weird names for their dogs and cats. It's like it's either Mike or Steve or
yeah.
Chip.
You know, name it. Give it a real name if you don't have any real friends in real life. You know, this way you can have like a little buddy. Hey, Mike, what happened today? You know,
I think when you
not much. I'm a fucking cat, dude.
I just watched you jerk off again, so nothing too much hot on the cat.
Beat it for a while.
I think when you name your cat Mike, it is probably a little weird to masturbate in front of Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike sounds like he's got like a blazer on or something. Just got back from work. Mike's like, "Hey man, I just finished 8 hours in the hospital interning.
Finishing a pot pie.
So many dicks today."
Do you look at Mike in the eyes when you masturbate, or do you behind, like looking from the back, or?
Your animals are always watching you, and you don't know that.
I love your energy. I've lived in the WeHo area enough to know.
Really?
I'm gonna guess. I've lived in the WeHo area for so long that I'm gonna. David, please, for a second. I'm gonna take a moment to do something that I did a few episodes ago. It's been a while, but I'm gonna play a game called Guess Those Cross Streets. I'm gonna try to guess and tell me how close I am to the exact intersection that you live at. Are you willing to at least admit it if I'm right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna guess.
Great answer.
I'm gonna guess. I'm already right with the WeHo, right?
No.
Oh fuck. Okay. I didn't know
I
there was
live in
a...
the Baldwin Hills.
Whoa.
Me and all wealthy black people.
Holy shit, I don't even know where Baldwin Hills is. What part of WeHo is that?
Do we have a wealthy African American in the audience who could tell this white boy where the Baldwin Hills?
Oh, white boy!
Nice, dude.
Thanks, Brian, with your loudest microphone always.
Yo, that's the confidence of
the
a guy.
intersection and then bet on it. Been like, give $100 if you guess my
And let me
intersection.
just answer that. No, there's not a wealthy black man here at Kill Tony. Okay, no, we don't have that kind of clientele. All right.
Okay, I didn't go there, but okay.
Force of truth.
By the way, do you get the way you just got very forceful with laying into Tony? Do you like if Mike looks away? Do you get that angry at him? Because all of a sudden you
do you smear him with more cum?
yeah.
No. I you know.
If he
you
gets
don't
up to
know.
leave, because I would venture to guess at some point you get conditioned to needing Mike there. So if he gets up to go fucking climb a tree, you're like, get the fuck back here and watch me jerk off. Like,
Mike's my Viagra.
Yeah, for sure.
How many pets do you have?
Just Mike.
Just Mike.
Just Mike.
Hell yeah. What do you do for work, David? This is your first night doing stand-up. What's the story behind this? Is this something you wanted to do for a while? You were just jerking off next to your cat?
Yeah,
You're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk about this on stage tonight.
Dude, but guess what? That's all you need sometimes. Just a little something out of the ordinary.
Something out of the ordinary. I'm actually a TV producer.
Oh, I could see that.
You did an amazing job.
That's how quick it happened. Now it's all coming to me. Now it makes sense.
Is it all coming to you?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you did there, you son of a bitch.
Come on, my dick! What was
that?
that? What was that sound? Was it like Pac-Man hitting the ATM?
Somebody
like
wants
Bunny
something.
and Pac-Man.
He leveled up in Red Bull.
Hey, Pat Reagan's here, everybody. Usual Kill Tony band leader. You know these two together as Watkins,
Can I just say-
Reagan and Watkins.
I have no fucking clue who Pat Reagan is.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Pat.
Wow, David, you're really.
Don't shake his hand.
Pat's got
That's where I was going with.
I think we need to get to the what shows have you have we seen some of your
No,
work?
it's for PBS. You've never seen it.
We might watch
Yeah, like what?
This is a PBS crowd.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Totally.
These guys all give to National Public Radio and PBS all the time.
It was a movie review show that was on PBS for 3 years, and it was like Siskel and Ebert, but multicultural. I picked a better sound myself.
David, tell us something else about yourself. So you jerk off in front of your cat?
No, I don't jerk off in front of my cat. I just caught him once.
Have you ever used your cat to jerk off?
No, I've never.
Brian,
used my
whatever
cat.
you're doing, I know. Then you laugh at it really hard, but you have to take the dirty tone and just clean it
Do
up.
you have
a little
any
bit.
other material, or is this like
Yes,
the only?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who cares? You're just trying to change the subject from your thing.
Another jerk off joke, and I used it downstairs. I got a big
Why'd
laugh.
you shake my hand? Why'd you shake my hand?
So that I can say we hooked up.
All right, this is getting creepy.
No, I actually met JJ. Okay, fuck that. I actually met JJ Abrams at the Producers Guild Awards on Saturday night. Do you guys know who JJ Abrams is?
Somebody dropped a name right on
Star
Kill
Wars,
Tony.
Star Trek. And I
Yeah,
shook,
we know J.J. Abrams.
and I
David.
shook his hand.
Yeah.
And all my friends said, "That's so cool, you shook his hand." And I said, "Well, yeah." And they said, "Did you take a picture?" I go, "No, I ran home and I jerked off." Because I could say I could hook up with JJ.
JJ only shook your hand because he thought you were C-3PO.
I must have been there.
I have your red arm now.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
This is coming from Will Chamberlain. Okay.
So Tony, let me follow this logic. Because you just shook Pat's hand, you're gonna go home and jerk off now?
To C-3PO?
And Mike's
I like
gonna...
that. That actually works. I can follow that.
Wait, Mike, when you're not producing TV and you're not
I'm
trying stand-up, what do you, like,
He
legitimately?
doesn't even remember my name at this point.
Mike's your
So-
cat's name.
You can call me Loretta.
Okay.
David, stick with us.
There you
David,
go.
like, what else are you, other than trying stand-up, like, what else have you done for the first time? Like, is this going to set the tone for a lot of,
No,
like...
I'm actually a platform and springboard diver, which nobody in the room can.
Well, that's interesting as
That's
shit.
amazing.
That's crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta look good in a Speedo.
Yeah.
But, like, for real, like, what about that drew you to it?
I mean, just.
Well, he's used to taking dives on stage. So
That's.
No, he's not. He's not used to that. He's not used to was his first time tonight.
I'm short. So
What
when
are you
you're short,
jumping
you
into?
die.
Swimming pools? Like, well, I don't
Bowls of
understand.
Jello, like platforming, Olympics, divers.
Oh, that's the type of level that you do it at. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
It just
cool.
seems like an interesting gig to get into. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? Like you just
It's-
jump
No
off
one
of
else can
things.
do it. Anyone else here do it? Yeah, I didn't think so. Fuck you. Okay.
Well, no, it's not because
Maybe open with that next time.
It's not because it's
He's a diver with an attitude.
Diving with it. What's the camaraderie around the pool like? Are you guys like jabbing and jiving before the? Wow, I've never said that before. Have you guys like horsing around and goofing and gibbly doobs?
Yeah,
But like, what's
towel snapping.
but like, what's the energy around? Like, are you joking around? Because obviously you had the wherewithal to want to try stand up. So were you the funny dude at the pool?
No, actually.
Were you the funny guy in the shallow end?
I was the funny guy in the shower. No,
Smacking all the guys with the wet towels in the locker room.
Okay.
Did you stay up on the
Oh,
high
we're not
dive
done?
long enough
Okay.
to do like 10 minutes of jokes
Yes.
and then dive?
And then I dive.
Everyone's waiting.
Well,
Like,
David, I'm going to
fucking
tell you
go.
right now that if you stick with comedy, you're going to be the first one that jumps off a building and does 8 flips on the way down.
You got that right. There you go. No, actually,
You'll be able to really kill yourself in style with a hobby like that. You know what I mean?
just what I was hoping for. No,
It was really sad. David jumped off the Ondas, but his landing was beautiful.
the remaining judge gave him a 5. No, the thing about diving is that it's really scary. It's like this. It's like getting up in front of a bunch of people and performing. And believe me, you can fuck up and dive.
And I think just like diving, this
Oh,
is
he's
ending
sorry.
awkwardly.
Is it ending
I
awkwardly?
think we're in the part right now where you sort of come back out of the water and you're just like looking around
No,
and people are
'cause-
like, yeah, you did it, dude.
No, because I didn't smack my balls up here at least.
You son of a bitch. You said
you go.
balls
I
thinking
said
it would
balls.
work.
There you
Ladies
go.
and gentlemen, David Friedman. There he goes. We met him. We knew him. Interesting character, David Friedman. Very, he gives off a very PBS producer vibe.
He looked like Harpo Marx. You know Harpo Marx? He looked like Harpo.
with a trim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. It's another person who doesn't have a Twitter handle, which is always suspicious to me. Put your hands together for Nick Costas, everyone. Here we go. Wow, people missing their spots. That's not you, Nick? Okay. Put your hands together for Bo Laughman, everybody.
Oh yeah. So why is there a share button on porn sites? You got like post to Facebook, share to Twitter, email a friend. Who's watching porn and thinks, you know what? Grandma would love this. You know? I live in a weird area. There's a lot of massage parlors by me. I was walking by and I saw a sign and it said Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, Thai massage, and then it said child massage. I don't care how good that sounds. I couldn't afford it, so. I'm actually working on a dating app for kids. It's called Kindergarten. Alright, I think that's a minute.
Bo, you've been on the show before. Welcome back. How's life going?
It's good.
How long you been on stand-up in LA now?
5 months, 4
And
months.
before that?
6 years.
Where at?
Austin and Houston.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And you've been here 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff. I remember the kindergarten joke. I think you've done that on here before, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. In your 5 years of doing stand-up comedy, have you written more than 60 seconds? Or is that's just your go-to
Yeah, I
short
thought
one?
I'd fill the minute with the first two, and then I just had that because it kind of fit with the last jokes.
Gotcha. I like your style. What do you do for work?
I've been doing extra work lately.
What have you been an extra on?
A lot of stuff.
You could totally be Harlan Williams stand-in on anything that's ever
I've
happened.
been doing body double for Eric Bana for a new Netflix movie.
That's pretty fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it was cool. It was cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's he like?
I didn't meet him.
Wow. They.
That's why they hired us, so they didn't have to hire him. You know.
All right, you don't have to be a dick about it. Jesus Christ. Just trying to get to know you, man. No, I'm just joking. What?
He's a dick to himself.
Yeah. What are you? You give off like a somewhat aloof vibe. Is that like?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. The most aloof answer. The most aloof answer to the "you look aloof" accusation.
Yeah. Super aloof.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah.
What are like your three favorite things to do in LA?
Other than stand up.
Yeah.
Skateboard. Ride my skateboard.
Whoa. Is ride my skateboard number 2 on the list?
Did you go from skateboarding to riding
my
your
skateboard?
No.
I think he amended the first one. Come on.
I was clarifying.
No, I think in your head
Don't
you
worry,
saw
Bo, it's
one.
all right.
All right.
We don't want them to act like animals up here. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Is the third one gonna be holding your skateboard?
Skateboard. Hold the skateboard.
That's really funny though. That's really like that was a slip up, but that was really funny.
No,
and that was very you.
Well, what else are you into other than skateboarding? Which, by the way, is like the only means of transportation that can also be confused as a hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
And it's both. It's great.
Are you good skateboarding?
I'm decent.
Okay.
Not great.
you do like tricks and shit at the park?
Yeah.
Wow. You do like you ever like have contests and stuff?
Trying so hard to think of a skateboard move. That was the best. You ever done a back whimsy double dip chocolate chip?
I was trying to think of who I was
Ever done a
gonna
hot
do.
chili grind?
Ever done a Danny Glover?
Ever done a beef? How about a beef nachos? A beef nachos.
Are there like skateboard battles that happen and
There's
stuff?
gotta be.
I mean, I don't know.
There's gotta
skateboarding.
be.
How about
skateboarding
skateboard
is-
dance battles?
Yeah. It's totally like a dance battle. You show them to a spot, and you know.
Is there like skateboard horse where like somebody does a trick and you have to do the same
There is
trick?
skate. Yeah, we play. It's like flat ground.
It's just called skate.
Yeah, it's called skate.
You ever roller skate?
No.
You
Or
ever-
I have before, yeah.
How long ago was that?
I did inline hockey when I was like second grade, third grade.
Okay, so it's been a while since you put on the skates.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What do you think your skateboard friends would say if you showed up to the park wearing rollerblades?
They would laugh in there, but they'd be hyped. They'd be like, yeah.
Does any of your material like involve like you like telling a story or something like that? Because I mean, I think I said the same thing last time that that kindergarten thing, that's so hacky. You need to kind of get away from that shit. If you just Google kindergarten, there's a billion things that come up. So you.
Okay, let me ask you this: what's the most personal joke to you?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I've heard the old statement, Bo knows, but I guess in this case, you have no fucking idea, huh?
Have you ever like Chris Fairbanks has a great story about like running into a kid at a skate park on his skateboard and feeling like an asshole. Have you ever had like a situation with like a younger skateboarder where you like fell and he like laughed at you like Nelson in The Simpsons or something like that? Like, because there's that thing. It's like you're a grown man and you skateboard.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something. Hold on. I'm saying you can skate until you die.
I think if you ride a skateboard, you're gonna fall so consistently that you're gonna fall in front of a group of girls, group of like old
7th
people,
graders, yeah.
confused people. Like,
Sure.
Like it's embarrassing. Oh, like even if you do something cool on a skateboard in front of something, it's not like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like it. Like most likely you're gonna fall and they're gonna laugh and then you're gonna go on with your day.
So it's a part of the skateboard culture.
No, I mean like talk about that. There's no offense. There's no upside to skateboarding in front of anyone ever.
Yeah.
Is basically what you're saying,
Yeah.
which I think is hilarious.
Yep.
But you do it because you love it, and that's cool.
Do you have a job?
Yeah, extra work. That's
But
all I
other
do.
than that, have you had any jobs other than?
Since I moved here, that's all I've done. But it's been consistent.
You've just
like,
been-
I work like 5 or 6 days a week, so. That's good.
You've just been Eric Bana's guy. That's been your main job.
That's
in
only
LA.
been 2 days. But
Do you talk about that? I feel like you should try to meet him
That
at some
was-
point.
2 days ago, so it's new.
All new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
Not that
How did you make money before that?
I mean, like I graduated from college and then I moved out here.
Where'd you graduate from?
St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas.
So you did college, did comedy all through college then?
I like dropped out and then went back and then kind of, but I was in Austin the whole time. I did commercial production for a while and then finished college and then moved out here, yeah.
What was your degree in?
English writing and rhetoric.
In rhetoric?
Yeah, in rhetoric.
Well, I mean, I guess
Yeah, that's a
skateboarding
bullshit
falls
degree.
under that.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
How would you make your friends laugh at St. Edward's?
Hey, Father O'Malley sucked my dick today.
I mean, he did get it. That's kind of a lot of rhetoric.
Too soon, too soon.
No. I don't know. I don't know if I did make them laugh. So.
And your real last name is Laughman.
Yeah.
Is that really true?
Yeah, it's Loftman, but yeah, it's spelled.
But it's spelled like Laughman.
Yeah, it is.
Is that really true?
Like, there's got to be someone with that name in those frames down the hallway.
It's
like
amazing.
comedians from like the 70s and 80s, like, oh, laugh man!
Yeah, exactly.
And he just has like laughing faces all over his suit. You know?
That would be nice. Like
Wonder where
Fridays
that-
or something.
Do you come from a funny family? Is your dad funny?
Yeah, you know.
What does he do for work?
He works for a water company.
Is your dad any more specific than you are about anything else? Like, if we were to ask Mr. Laughman,
He
Loftman,
would be way more specific.
but can I be honest? I feel like he's fucking not. I feel like you guys, like he would be like, yeah, no, Bo's doing stand-up. I mean, I guess, kind of, whatever.
I mean, he works at a water company. Like, it's like the most plain.
Yeah, Aqua, Texas. Yeah.
But if he is anything like you, that should be like a father-son comedy just
Yeah,
being
we're-
written right now.
Yeah, the laugh
We're
man.
not very similar, but maybe we are in some ways.
What does he? Does he? I mean, you know,
What's happening?
has he ever given you advice? Like once you left college, you came out here, and you were like, "Dad, I'm doing extra work," or I guess I am. I don't know what I'm really doing. And then he's like, "Hey man, get specific." But does he embark any sort of wisdom on you?
Yeah.
He has to,
He's
right?
supportive.
Yeah.
He's
Well, you're young enough to fuck up for a while.
Right.
You know, like I think you can do extra work, and as long as are you going up at night? Or are you hitting like an open mics and stuff?
I try to, yeah.
Do it, man, because you're funny. But like, I mean, I think you have time until your dad's just like, all right, just come home and slang water with pops.
And even then, if he asks you to come home and you get on a flight, you can be like, I mean, I got on the plane. I don't really know what happened, man.
I'm in Austin or Houston.
I'm in Houston,
or El
Dallas,
Paso.
Frankfurt. I don't know where the fuck
I don't
am,
know.
Dad.
I'm in Baja.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bo, it was nice to meet you. We're gonna keep flying through. Bo, laugh.
Good job, kid.
That was Bo, the laugh man.
I'm gonna call it laugh.
It's right next to the guy who wears the diaper. Baby man.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Gary Hoffman, everybody. Wow, incredible. Love that almost. It's almost incredible how many people get scared as fuck once they see what the show is. Put your hands together. Put your hands together for Clint Watson.
Hey, yo. Okay, so I'm just gonna be real vulnerable with y'all right now. Yeah. So, I touched a dog's pussy one time. I dry hump my cousin a lot. Not anymore, like when I was a kid. I shit myself on a train one time high on ecstasy. Had a crush on my mom, man. She had like big tits and shit. When I was younger.
Clint Watson. Bringing out the barking dog, everybody. Clint Watson, everyone. What's up, kid?
Red band.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite comic of the night?
When you say you touched your dog's pussy, I mean, like, did you put a finger in it, or you accidentally was holding it, or?
Yeah. This is Brian's bread and butter right here. Gross punchlineless jokes. I'd like to thank you, Clint. I'd like to thank you. You dressed so much better than you performed tonight. Like, it's incredible. It's really all right. Jesus Christ, lady, thank you so much. I know you're very angry. What happened? Did you once get raped by a gay magician or something? Like, what are you so angry about right now? Stop saying bye, lady. Jesus, some fucking power freaks in the audience.
You know what I felt like watching that? I felt like we were the guy who potentially was gonna hire you like at Target, like that was like a job interview.
Yeah.
And all we did was say, so what? Tell me a little about yourself. And you I feel like you've given off that list of personal anecdotes before. Like that's right.
The best attributes.
This outfit that you're wearing now, how many graves did you have to rob to put this exactly together? Because it seems like it's a few different graves.
It's my only one.
Really? That's the main suit. Now, I also noticed that you actually signed up. You, again, is another person who doesn't have a Twitter handle, but however, you put Clint Watson, and in parentheses, you put bow tie. Now, why did you write that on the piece of paper?
So you would know.
but wouldn't I know if I pulled your name out that you were the guy in the bow tie because I'd see you anyway? How would I know?
Look, let's be honest. Clint's a pretty sweet name. Someone could run ahead of him and be like, "No, I'm Clint," and then you're like, "Fuck off." There's no bow tie on you. Just saying. And also, you should have just said, "That's my nickname" when he asked you, because that'd be amazing.
What was that? What was that though? Were
you called me bow tie around the saloon?
Was that a bet? Did you like lose a bet, or what was that all
Are you talking
about?
about the material he did, or why he's dressed that way?
So I did some material downstairs, and then I was just like, you know what? Let me just
Barf out every disgusting thing about yourself on stage.
Are those all the beginnings of actual stories or bits, or were those just like, this would be funny to say?
I love that
The voice you gave him is perfect.
I really didn't know if it'd be funny or not. I was just letting you into my soul, man.
So you like your mom?
Look, it's important to go dark, go real and go dark.
That's
and go
what
personal.
Yeah.
But it has to be something more than.
Yeah, you got to get to something. What's your favorite drug?
My favorite.
Yeah, because you look like you're from the cover of an Esquire magazine that's in a methadone clinic. Even I sometimes laugh at my own stupid fucking things.
That was good.
Yeah, no, I know. Thank you.
It was crystal meth.
Right. And how long did you do that for?
From 15 to 16.
Wow. Ages 15 and 16?
Yeah.
Wow.
I ended up in young offender in jail, so that was when I stopped.
For trying to touch your mom's tits, or like what? No, for real.
Robbery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what'd you rob?
Cabs.
Interesting. Yeah, I know it wasn't a clothing store.
I did do that, the Bay, dude.
Really? What did you?
Yeah, like a bunch of pops, because I didn't have a lot. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I was on my own at 14, so I didn't have clothes, and a lot of people around me had clothes and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just gonna go into the Bay, get 2 armfuls of clothes.
The Bay. What's
just
the
walk
Bay?
out.
What are you talking about? What's the Bay?
Oh, it's a store in Canada.
Oh, okay. You're from Canada.
Yeah.
That's why you're dressed like that. All right.
Now I know what's
Yeah, but all of this stuff you're saying is fascinating.
Yeah,
I wish you tell one story from there. I think if you one of the big hardest things about comedy is getting on stage and getting people to just listen for even longer than 30 seconds. But you just start I was on meth, age 15, 16, and started robbing cabs, and then go right there. I think most people be like, okay, fuck it. What else you got to say?
Yeah, man.
Because talk about that.
I haven't heard.
I haven't heard anyone say that on stage.
Yeah. But everyone's wanted to fuck their mom at some point. So
It just
I was hoping for laughter, but I'll take a song instead.
that song makes everything okay.
How do you go about robbing cabs? Like, is there a go-to line, or like do you put out a gun
Actually,
first?
I got pretty good at it.
For sure. Like, how do you start that whole process?
So, but okay, knife. You know, you get it. Well, I use the knife. Like I feel real bad about it. Right?
Sure,
Like,
we don't
I'm
give a
gonna
fuck
talk
about
it.
that.
Like,
That part's boring.
my
This is a
steps
live
in
show, dude.
society,
Get to the good shit. You take your knife and what do you do with it?
Yeah, so I was in the passenger seat, and
You'd sit shotgun in a cab back when there was actual taxi cabs.
yeah. Well, at this point, because I was beside him, right? So I would just, you know, once you pull it out, people have a tendency to get surprised. So.
Yeah, it's a fucking knife.
But I'd calm him down.
Tendency?
I'd just be like, look, you know, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Everything's just gonna
You're
be
talking
okay,
like
man.
that?
I just want the money.
With that accent, with the bow tie.
Yeah,
You are the smoothest 1940s knife robber I've ever met.
It's all good, baby. Chill, baby.
It's all good, baby.
How many of these
Hand over your money. Sweetheart, don't move so fast. Hand over your money, or I'm gonna stab your ass.
It is pretty crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, I've never heard of a robbing Canadian. Like, what part of Canada are you from? Detroit? Like, what are we talking about here?
Toronto, but I'm most
I can't imagine-
recently Toronto, but I moved around a lot when I was
Can you
young.
imagine a Canadian? You're driving a taxi and a fucking Canadian pulls a knife on you, just like sorry I have to do this, but I really thank you if you gave me your money. Sure, you can have all of it.
Did they ever fight back?
One guy, yeah.
Please tell that story.
And he hit you so fucking hard. Knife goes on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Because if you know how to throw a punch and there's some fucking punk Canadian meth head asking for.
I wish maybe it would have knocked some sense, but
Right.
but no, that didn't happen. You went to reach for the knife and you got cut. And,
Oh shit! You fucking. How bad did he get cut?
It was bloody.
It was
pretty
bloody. God.
I don't want to say that's horrible. I'm a horrible person.
That's the past.
We knew that from your material.
We know that, but keep telling the story.
All the stuff you started with, you know, it all makes a little more sense now. And like,
Yeah, a lot of. I like your style. A lot
I'm
of your.
transformed, though. I'm
no, it's good. It's
transformed
good.
individual.
It's good that you're not doing any of that stuff anymore. Just
You're definitely.
I'd rather have you
know,
share that you touch dogs' pussies than stabbing guys in cabs. It's a progression. It's a progression.
I think there's gonna be something there. You know, I think that if you really if you become a comedy addict, you know what I mean, and you use this as an outlet. How many times have you been on stage?
This would be number 3.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
If you count Marty's, I went to Marty's.
No, we don't.
No, man, but I don't want to do that because it's amazing. It's an amazing place. And it's really supportive.
Right, I figured this
everyone
whole thing
seems
out.
really awesome.
Clint,
you know what I mean?
Clint,
I don't
Clint,
want
over there.
Clint, I figured this whole thing out. I think you're Oliver Twist. I think Marty's Fagin. And I think this crowd needs to get on board with my references.
Clint, I feel like you're such a bad Clint that if Clint Eastwood was here, he would change his name. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Fucking quick with those, dude.
Show me where that button is so I can hit it when you do all your pee poop fart jokes, alright? Jesus Christ. Unbelievable, this fucking guy.
I think Braunger is spot on though. I think there is a very interesting quality about you when you first start
you're
talking. When you grab the mic.
Yeah, go.
Well, and I think it's just honing in on like you seem very vulnerable and right away. But
Yeah, you have
just
some edgy jokes, very cutting, you know?
And the urge to go vulnerable is not a bad idea. Just don't get on stage and go, I'm going to get vulnerable right now. Like, you don't have to set it up like that. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and say something vulnerable.
it's not something I plan to do. That's all right. So it was just like
Yeah.
The
I
key
was
to
sitting
stand
there
out.
and I was like, I'm just.
so lesson learned. Come up with a fucking plan. next
Yeah,
time.
just go up there, stab the audience.
Don't do it, bow tie. Don't do it.
And remember, you're more than just a bow tie, Clint. I wouldn't always write bow tie next to your name. But you said that's your only suit.
Yeah, now it is.
What do you mean?
I had a
now?
lot.
I got blood on the other suit.
do you think?
Well, I just wanna take a moment to thank you for not killing us.
And another guy would like
Still
to.
early.
That's true. It just feels too real now that we know, man. You know?
Yeah.
But how can you stab it? You're so slow. All of your movements.
It really
Yeah,
is.
I'm pretty
like-
chill, man. I'm pretty laid back. So.
I love that. What do you keep in that pocket? What is that sticking
It's
out
a
there?
hanky, man.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Hanky.
Fuck yeah, a little hanky for your shanky. Only half a lap on a good shank joke. Okay. Do you ever blow your nose in that thing?
No, that was a very aggressive move. I was wondering if you were waiting for an applause after you did that. Or like,
Sherlock Holmes comes in the room. He's like, Dr. Watson, it's time to go. And he walks off stage.
I was improvising.
Oh.
nice. Do you do a lot of hanky work in your? That was Now, if you were to meet the cab driver that you attempted to stab tonight, what would you have some sort of like apologetic? Would you have some remorse, or would you be like, you fucking deserved it, man?
No, absolutely. It'd be, I'm very sorry,
Yeah. What do you think he would say if he saw your set tonight?
He'd probably say, I touched my dog's pussy.
Do you have a girlfriend that's alive?
Do I have a girlfriend? I was married for 10 years, actually. I was married for 10 years.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
Widow?
Whoa,
Yeah, man. Too much.
Security.
We started seeing the world differently.
How so? She left or you left?
I left. Well, it became mutual, but at first it was, I said I needed some time and stuff. I wanted to see the world and get out, and she was roots.
Yeah.
She wanted to put roots down, really family oriented, and I never really was able to.
Okay, thank you so much. Clint Watson.
Here we go.
All right.
Personal shit, yeah.
There he goes. Clint Watson. Like a young Billy Crystal meth. Let's fucking keep plowing through this. Actually, let's go to our regulars and we'll get one more person up. We'll get one more person up if we have time after the two regulars. I'll pull again out of the bucket. Going first this week out of your two regulars, there's two people who write and perform a brand new minute every single week. And then after we get through those two, we're going to do one more out of the bucket. But going up first, she just got back from doing gigs in Las Vegas. Known for her nervous style, writing and performing a new minute every single week. Always nervous, always jittery, hopefully better. Put your hands together for Melissa Esslinger, everybody.
Yeah, I went to Vegas for the first time this weekend, and it was scary, but cool. I had to gather my thoughts. I'm sorry. You said be better. Let's crash and burn, can I?
You got it.
Stay with it.
Alright, so you guys, I just went to Vegas this weekend. That was cool. And I realized, you know how when you're a kid and you have that friend who like has really bad parents, so you like to hang out there because you can do shit? That's kind of like what Vegas is. Like this place where there are no rules. Nobody says no. I was confused by like why I was seeing kids there. They looked lost and they were with their parents. And I think we have Chuck E. Cheese to blame for the casino behavior.
Get through it. You fucking did it. You come out, you stumble, you start to, it's unbelievable. You have everything there and you did it and you did a great job. And meanwhile, you stumble on punchline-less nothings in the beginning that don't deserve a laugh. And then you apologize and then you had to restart. And for no reason, because you had it all the entire time and you delivered it perfectly. Why do you think you felt the need to stop and apologize in the beginning?
Because when I
Did you
freak
feel
out,
like
my
a joke
brain
did-
just stops. No, my brain just shuts up. It's the only time it's
Well, if you
quiet.
convince yourself of that, then that's always going to happen. And
Right.
And for your entire career, you'll go, yeah, my brain just stops. Like you have a
Right.
brain that's absolutely different than everybody else's. Meanwhile, had you just took one more breath instead of saying I fucked up, I lost my thoughts. I'm sorry. Because that's sort of a repeating theme that we've seen a lot, is this apology thing that we're trying to get
Yeah,
through.
don't apologize.
No.
And here's the thing: every comedian forgets jokes all the time.
Yeah.
And all you just do is you just take a second
Yep.
and wait for it to come, and just don't.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows.
Yeah.
No one sees what's going on in your brain. No one's like, oh shit, the record's skipping. They don't know.
No one
knows. So I'm just saying, just
idea.
understand that. You know what I mean? You have protection inside yourself.
And the beginning is the part where everyone's going to judge you for the rest of the show. So if you at the beginning of your set, if you fuck up, it's really hard to come back from that.
You can literally say anything you want. Anything other than I'm sorry. It's just simply the two words that you can't say.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been on stage and said the N-word?
No.
Right, but you laugh like that. But let's just say that I'm sorry is the new N-word, okay? Because there's no need for you. I know it's mind-boggling to you, but it's not an
Especially since
option.
I just throw it around so carelessly.
No,
I'm sorry is the new N-word, and like all comedians are white. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one can say the N-word if they're white, right?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
What
just
I'm
throw that
saying
word around.
is you should literally not say that on stage anymore.
Don't say it.
You've given
Yeah.
more I'm sorry's in
It just comes out.
3 months as a Kill Tony. Right? It just
It's actually-
doesn't come out. It's not an option.
And it's been
anymore.
longer
Not
than
even-
it's been longer than that. I mean, seriously, if this can't be fixed, you're never going to be able to progress past.
One of the interesting spots that you're in, and what this live audience is witnessing right now, is that you're in a position as a regular on this show to where we have to, for viewers' sake and for our own, eliminate the shitty habits that happen when we all start stand-up comedy that we've all been guilty of. But we have to eliminate them as hard as we can. And the I'm sorry thing is it's almost becoming your get or done. And you really don't want that. People don't want to buy I'm sorry merch after your show.
Now I'm thinking Larry the Cable Guy is just saying that he's sorry. Get her done. Get her done. Get her done.
And it's, it's one thing to like take this in and go, yeah, I'm gonna actively try to like not do this next time. But obviously, like with any of part of stand-up, like just doing it and getting the repetition of when the scenario presents itself again, hopefully you're cognizant of like, all right, I fucking don't like try to talk through. Like Brett Ernst always says, like staying in the pocket, which I think is a great term. And
totally.
so just like try to force yourself to, even if you were like, I forgot, like just start talking about Vegas. Like I'm sure you had some other opinions and stories. Just like start to kind of just not bail. Just like tell yourself like don't bail on anything. And I think if you just start with that, then.
Jokes were so good too.
Yep.
Like a genuinely good perspective, a unique take on what is just an overdone thing that everyone's at Vegas is crazy. But that's like it was a really interesting way to look at it. Just like you're the bad parents' house. This fucking genius. It's a really good joke.
And it's even better coming out of your youthful, sort of naive perspective and likability that people can read coming out the stage. All of a sudden we picture you sort of like just doofing around Vegas like, whoa, this is crazy. And it's a very fitting joke for you. So on top of it being written well and performed well after apologies, I love that you're writing stuff that's in your voice and tone and really cool stuff. We just have to stop apologizing. And it's going to be fun a year or two from now when the many Kill Tony fans that there are always gonna, I can just feel it, they're always gonna mention, it's so fucking amazing how we got to watch Melissa Esslinger grow. You're a little bit different than all the other regulars in that you came in extremely green and you have so much potential, and we see these little fundamental mistakes along the way. But at the end of the day, your writing and your performing is shining through. So thank you so much, Melissa Esslinger.
Yeah, Melissa.
Ladies and gentlemen, our other regular, who's been writing and performing a new minute every single week, not out of the bucket, has been with us for a couple months now. And here we go again. Put your hands together for the stylings. You know her from Kill Tony. You love her from Kill Tony. It's Vanessa Johnston, everybody.
Thank you. So, I'm an atheist, which sucks because I'm afraid of the dark. And we only have one holiday, Black Friday. I'm a devout atheist. I wear a cross to celebrate the death of Jesus Christ. I hope there is a God so that I finally have someone to blame for from my daddy issues. That way if someone was like, hey, is everything okay? I could be like, no, not really. Our Father keeps just making more children to replace the ones who die. There are 7 billion people on the planet. How many times does he have to come?
That's a minute. Vanessa Johnson. Got it.
Leaving us hanging at the end.
What's that?
Leaving us hanging at the end.
What are you talking about?
We're not saying it, there was a it just ended.
But she
yeah,
was
like
yeah,
that.
it ended on a laugh. And I think she was expecting the cap, but we knew that it was a minute. You did it. You're right there. It's an interesting thing because you've only been a regular for a few months, but I feel like you already have your finger on the pulse of exactly what a minute is, which is always fun to watch. It's just a difference that you see out of these people out of the bucket and somebody on stage, and I love that because if you know how long a minute is, then you definitely know how long a 3-minute set is and a 5-minute set is. It's a good thing to know is to have that internal clock in your head. This is your guys' first time seeing Vanessa Johnston. First impressions?
Very comfortable and you seem like you're got a good grasp on like what your voice is going to be and start. There's good startings of that. I'd like to just get more, just like as like a performance thing. Like I don't know, I want more energy back out of you, just because I feel like I can help sell some of the stuff, but also maybe the
energy, vocal changes, like inflection, maybe.
Yeah.
I could feel that.
Well, but if
I
that's how you talk, if that's how you really are,
Right.
yeah. I feel like one of the hardest things to be on stage is yourself, and this seems
Right.
like you're being you. You do seem like a low energy
feel like it's a
person.
ner-
That's fine.
I feel like
That's
it's a-
fine.
And the problem is when I like talk with energy, I talk too fast.
Well, how
So
you're
it's
talking
like-
right now is how you weren't talking during
No,
the
I
set.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
so I
like-
think that was a nervous party. That was a nervous
Right.
Vanessa. I think this is you, and that's what I was saying. Like I want to see that person.
And you
talking
can hear it
normal.
better also.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
on your
that,
voice more, which is definitely
Right.
helpful.
It also helps if I would recommend moving more towards the front of the stage. Like I
Okay.
feel like you were sort of under that ball.
Yeah,
And,
it's like a hat. I feel like I liked your perspective. It was interesting. Most atheists kind of just talk about, oh, you guys who believe in God are all dumb, and you were kind of an atheist who's like, boy, I wish there was one though. So I think I haven't seen that a lot, which is cool. And that's another thing that's really hard for comedians to find is just their unique snowflake, perspective. Like we all have one. We just kind of have to find it. So I think you're getting there. I think you kind of tighten up the jokes a little bit and get to it a little faster, maybe. But yeah, it was good.
I love the Black Friday atheist holiday thing. I think there's even more that you can, maybe delve into a little bit there. Like, unlike you believers, I actually get something on my holiday. You know what I mean? Like, good
Carnage.
Exactly. Like 55-inch televisions for $39 or whatever.
Or a Martin Luther King holiday.
You guys have some Martin Luther King inside joke? I don't know about you two. But another great new minute. Very impressive as always. Vanessa Johnston, everybody. She's on Twitter at Vanessa Johnston. You guys want to go in the bucket one more time?
Bucket.
Here we go. Let's close the show with a bang, shall we? Let's see what happens when we bring up Bruce Gray.
What's up, guys? I did a show in Bakersfield recently. It was a blast. It was crazy. I was on stage and during my set, the sound overtook the entire bar like this. Sorry. And I was like, hey, to the bartender, I was like, can you check out what's going on? And he opened the emergency exit and found out it was a woman banging her head on the door. And he was like, hey, there's a comedy show going on, you can't do that right now. And then he sent her around away, and then she came in the front door, and she stood 10 feet in front of the stage, and she took out a box cutter and started cutting herself on the wrist. Oh. Yeah, I know. Like this. Not like that. So she was there to do one thing. Steal my thunder. She wasn't there to kill herself. So I called the cops from the stage. I said, hey, there's a woman down here cutting herself with a box cutter. And the lady was like, okay, so she has a weapon. And I can hear cops in the background like, yes. And I was like, no, she's not that dangerous. And she was like, too late, click. Thank you guys.
Bruce Gray. Nailing it. Ballsy move, hitting the microphone a
Yeah,
bunch of
sorry, I
times
didn't
on
realize it was gonna go
on a podcast that gets listened
Sorry.
to by hundreds of thousands of people with headphones on. But
Yeah, you might just want to say there's like some thumping because when you said you know, it took over the sound system, I thought like something was happening with the speakers or something, and then I adjust to it was someone banging their head on a door, you know. But way to turn it. Like I liked the turn. I was like, okay, is he just going nowhere? And it was just like, okay, just.
Cool.
You know,
Yeah, I felt like it was going nowhere.
It's ironic how all of us know exactly how to slash our wrists and how not to. Downward, not to the side.
I like you. I've been a fan since I saw you as the catcher on The Sandlot.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Very aggressive horn.
I felt like it was going nowhere. I looked over mid-set and got disapproving looks for hitting the microphone. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's annoying to the listeners. I mean, you're not going to get the tweets that we're going to get of just, what was up with that fucking giant lesbian at the end banging the microphone? You know what I mean? We're gonna get
Who are your comedy influences?
It's really funny to say. I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I stayed home from school. I lied from being sick. And I saw Matt Braunger on
What?
Live at Gotham.
Really? Holy shit! From it was like 2008.
Yeah, it's you, Adam Devine, Tommy Davidson.
Holy shit!
Yeah, man. Kind of cool to be on here.
Very fuck kill.
Thanks, buddy.
That's so fucking cool.
What?
Glad to deprive you of your education.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I've never seen you either. I really like you though. You got a cool voice, and you definitely owned the stage when you
Thank
grabbed
you,
that
man.
mic.
good presence.
You have a cool voice, so coming from you, that's cool, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
I love the joke. I love what you did. I think expand more and get more passionate and explosive at how angry you really are at the chick for trying to steal your thunder. Like, yeah, she's trying to steal your thunder, but the fucking bitch, you know what I mean? Like, what you really thought, like how you really felt.
Having an
Like,
emotional connection to a story like that is just going to help people who weren't there and don't know about it just jump on board more.
And you know, you might, I made a joke about we all know how to cut our wrists, but like you might want to just say that. Like, side note, if people, you cut downward, that you're really doing it. Side to side, that's just for show.
Side note, you can't kill yourself by cutting downward. If you want to kill yourself, cut downward. I misspoke wrong, but I'm going to continue until I reach the end of this sentence.
Owen Wilson, he did the sideways thing. That's why.
Bruce, it was so nice to meet you. You were the last one on Kill Tony. There he goes, Bruce Gray.
Good job.
He's on Twitter, Bruce Gray, Bruce Grae. Guys, look at this. Remember that blank sheet of paper? RyanJebel.com. Buy your Kill Tony poster prints. That's everybody. Adam Ray, Matt Braunger. Guys, what do you have coming up that you want to promote? Adam Ray.
You can check out my podcast with Brad Williams about last night. I've got a show on TBS coming out with Elijah Schlesinger called Separation Anxiety starting March 8th, so tune into that. Yeah,
beautiful. Adam Ray. Or Matt Braunger?
I've got a web series right now on Comedy Central Digital called White Flight that I hope everybody checks out. And I'm on Agent Carter this beginning of this year.
So fucking cool. That is amazing.
It's fun.
Congratulations on that.
Thanks, man.
One of your newest X-Men, everybody. Jeremiah Watkins, Patty Reagan on Twitter. What else, guys?
At Jeremiah Stand-Up on Twitter. I just did a sketch on Jimmy Kimmel last week, and Pat.
Can we get a big round of applause for Josh Martin Comic, who makes this shit happen every single week? Live audience, thank you so much. We'll see you guys soon.
Best of luck. Great job. Great job. Thank you. Oh, you got it.
How was Sunday?
It was fun. Thank you for asking. I bought a t-shirt from your company. I'm looking forward to getting it. I'm gonna put it on this list. I told you. You didn't get me anything. I want to wear the hat.
I'm George.